So welcome to part 2 of the video. Since filming part 1, quite a few things have actually changed. I spent some time in Belgium, also up in Grafenweer, traveling around a little bit, and I used this as my only pack that I took. So I had to carry, everything that I needed. Change of clothes, everything that I could possibly need on a 2 or 3 day trip, traveling, staying in hotels, odd and various different uses had to go in this bag, and I wanted to see if I could do it, and I did. And I learned some lessons, and I changed a few things. So the setup has changed, not to a great extent, but there are different things. So again, this utility pouch right here, which was over here, has been moved. And there's also a few different things in here. So I have the stove in here, the quick reference guide, but I did put I have a Bear Grylls, and made by Bushnell. It's a solar panel that has about a 1800 milliamp battery inside. It takes about 10 hours to charge. I have used this a few times. So this will be kind of on the go. I could put this in the windshield. Some of my drives going up to Grafenweer, stuff like that, are 4 or 5 hour drives. And some of the vehicles I have, or the government vehicles that we take, don't actually have cigarette, well, they got cigarette plugs in them. There's cigarette lighter plugs in them, but they don't actually work, so I wound up using this. It does work, but it does take 8 to 10 hours to charge. So you got to keep that in mind. It's cheap, small, lightweight. Yeah, there are different solar options out there, and I have a couple of different solar options. But just for something to throw in the bag, this works perfect. The only thing that I added in here was some spare batteries. And these are C123A batteries, and that's for the light that you've already seen in my first video. These are some batteries for my watch. Now, talking about EDC, I have several different watches, and I have a Sunto Core, and it does run through batteries. Batteries only last about a year, but it's a good watch. It's an ABC watch. And I have some solar watches too, the Casio Pro Trek watches, and I like them. The one I have is about 2 years old, 2 or 3 years old, and the battery is going out, or not the battery, but the watch band is actually going out on that. And it's the PRG80. They don't make it anymore. The newer one is the PRW3000, I believe, by Casio, and they're good watches. They've got a little smaller. Sensors have gotten smaller. Technology's gotten better, and so I like solar obviously because you don't have to rely on a battery. So I also do carry spare batteries in here for this. Other than that, this is a charger for my iPhone. It's actually my charger I would keep at night on my bedside. I literally just got back from a trip to Grafenweer. So no other changes in there. On the outside, I did get my new knife in, which replaced my old knife. And this is a Tops Tahoma field knife. And this knife is it's a pretty awesome little knife. Now I just got it, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to really, test it out, but it's got a good feel. It's got great balance. Definitely Andy Tran designed this. He's got a video, Interbark Outdoors. If you search Interbark Outdoors on YouTube, check out his videos where he's put this thing to the test. Also, there's a couple other Wingman 115, I believe, and some others have videos out there. Prepared Mind 101, I believe, has a video on this. There was a knife they sent out. It is about $175 pre-ordered, and I don't know if it's went up or not. Supposedly it was going to go up to $225, but it has, for me, it's got every application you could possibly want. It's got this right here you can utilize to grab a pot. You can score bone with it. It's got a backup edge, and a lot of people were kind of leery about this backup edge, but I don't see any issues with the backup edge. I never have my hand up here on this portion. There's what about batoning wood? Well, you just, got the wood right here, you put it right here, and you baton on this side. And it's got a couple different grips, the back seat grip, the regular grip, the choked up grip, and you can get in there, do your fine detail work. I'll get a little closer with the camera here. It is full tang construction. It does have a chisel on the back here that you can use if you want to process wood or whatever you want to use it for. It has a lanyard hole here. Also has a forward lanyard hole here that you could also use for a bullet separator. Put a 5.56 round in there, go back and forth. It is 1095 high carbon steel. And they've done something pretty cool with the finish on here, and you can actually see the heat treat on the blade. So it's a really awesome blade. I haven't got a chance to put it through its paces, but there are many that have put it through its paces. It's got a nice just everything's nice about it. I mean, the sheath is a little wanting. I'm not a big fan of the sheath, but they are coming out with some other options, Kydex sheath in the future, and so I prefer Kydex. And when they do come out with those options, I will be picking that up. But I mean, the sheath is not bad. It's definitely not poor quality sheath. It's just it's got Velcro on it. I'm not a big fan of how Velcro works. I'm just using 2 NX clips to keep this on here, so it's not the moly's not weaved in, so I can hit these right here and they'll quickly just disconnect and reconnect. I can see what I'm doing. So just disconnects, reconnects real quick using these NX clips right here. And again, I'm doing this backwards. There we go, that's it. What else has changed? So, this side here. This is a Maxpedition roly-poly, and I've added it here because I did have my water source and stuff inside the pack, but I had to make more room to keep more clothes and stuff for a couple of day overnight trip in Belgium. And then here I have the Snow Peak 600 titanium. It's just a titanium 600 milliliter cup. I have the Guyot Designs stainless steel Nalgene water bottle. It's a single wall construction, and you can do several different mods to this. This comes off and you can take the lid off, and then you can put this directly in the fire and boil water if you need to. There are some designs or modifications that people have done where they have taken wire and replaced basically this cord with wire. So you take it off the lid and it turns it into a pot holder. You know, I'll probably do something with that, but right now I'm not doing a whole lot of camping just because it's winter time and you know we've got a lot of things going on at work, and I don't have all the time in the world. The roly-poly is pretty nice. If you're not using it, it actually just rolls up. And then it velcros. You've got a velcro on the inside. Just velcros onto itself like that. So, but I keep my water bottle in there. And my cup. Also here is, and I talked about this in the last video, this is the Maxpedition Barnacle pouch, and all these pouches are being held on by NX clips, where you just pop them and they come right off. In here I have my little Leatherman tool that I've already showed you. It was in my wallet last time, and this moves around just as I use it. I always pretty much know where it's at. Inside here is the Light My Fire steel, and then I move the gator neck, which I've already shown you, and the single mirror in here, as well as, that's it, nothing else. And I can take this off and just clip it on my belt or wherever I need to clip it. It takes 2 seconds. On the top pouch, a few different modifications. This is just some snacks that I had taken on me on this most recent trip. I would throw snacks in here normally. This is a Nikon Aw1. It's a waterproof, shockproof camera. It's a pretty good camera, has pretty good image quality. And this is something I just keep for a quick camera if I want to take video or stills. Just got some name tags in here. I had made recently. I just picked them up yesterday. Some more NX clips. A lighter. Different cut. Last time I think I had the camouflage one in there, so my lighters. The same gear pretty much stays, but I may switch it out. And this is another little headlamp that I have. And in my last video I said that I had normally had a headlamp on versus just a straight flashlight. And so this is one of the ones. I have a couple of these. This is a Princeton Tec Light, and it's got a couple different settings. It's got white. I think the batteries are dead on it, so it's, yeah. So it's got white, 2 settings, and red, 2 settings. And when the batteries run down, all it does is go to white. So the battery, I've used this quite a bit, and I haven't replaced the battery in a while. And this one just takes 2 AAA batteries right in the side there. But I have a couple different of these Princeton Tec ones. I like them, they're really good quality. I've already talked about this in my last video. Talked about the tourniquet. Now I did switch out the Pelican case that I had, it's a little micro case series with this right here. And this is a Maxpedition fatty pouch. And I've recently just got some Maxpedition products. I've never really had them before, and I'm just extremely impressed with the quality and the build. They're very heavy material. The build is just extreme quality. And if you're rough on your stuff, which you know I am, just constantly on the go, and so I need something that's going to last. So I did get this, and I put everything that was in that pouch in here. The flashlight I've already talked about, but the binos I've already talked about. The Garmin E-Trex I've already talked about. I do have a small ferrocerium rod in here. I'm going to come over here. Small ferrocerium rod right here. This is just a pair of regular nail clippers. This is just a cleaner for iPro. And then I have some basically hot hands in here, just their hand warmers, just in case, you never know. So Maxpedition, I love their products. They're just quality, you know. You just can't beat quality. You know, it says American design, made in Taiwan, and some people will say, well, they're made in Taiwan, so I'm not going to buy it. I only buy American. Hey, if it's a good product, it's a good product. I don't care where it's made. I support my country already, so. And now, the other thing that I moved and put in this pocket was, this is my first aid kit, and this is actually an REI, I believe, hygiene kit. And if I was hiking, I would take a smaller version of this, not as heavy. But in here is just my basic first aid items. Also, I do carry, I have a large first aid kit that I carry. In Germany, you're required to carry a first aid kit. There's all kinds of crazy laws. You have to have warning triangles, a first aid kit, and some other stuff. And if you get pulled over and they catch you without it, they'll write you a ticket. So they'll write you a ticket about anything here. It just has some basic essentials in it. Things like tape, glove, gauze. I have Quick Clot in here, and this is the military version, but you can also buy Quick Clot in the civilian version as well, made by the same company, Moleskin. This is Motrin, Tylenol, anti-diarrhea pills, just all kinds of pills. And this is a kit. This kit is the Adventure medical kits. I'm not sure which one it is. The ultralight, watertight 7. And I took it out of the actual ultralight, so it all fits in this bag, really. I just took it out and put it in this bag, just to give it a little more room, got a little more visibility, and so I can reach in, it's got a little grab handle, I can just grab it. Or if anyone else gets in my bag, you know, usually anytime you open up someone's bag and there's light colored bags in there, like red or orange or yellow, and everything else is a dull, you know, color, more than likely that's their medical kit. So that's why I did that. Some Neosporin, another lighter, some Bug Be Gone, some tweezers, some safety pins, and some duct tape. So a little bit of everything. It all comes in this kit except for the Quick Clot doesn't come, the Afterbite, the Neosporin, the lighter did not obviously come in this kit. I added those. And you can just make your own kit depending on what you think your needs are going to be. As long as you have some way to control or stop the bleeding, control the bleeding, so no CPR, and treat for shock. You should, you know, at least know how to do those things. Moving into the main compartment. I put this on the wrong one, that's why it popped off there. Alright, the main compartment, I have just administrative, this is work related files and things. And there's a pocket, let me get this over here. There's a pocket right inside here. I don't know if you can see that or not, right inside there. When I get this emptied, I'll show another. This is a fleece, or waffle top is what we call it in the military. It's kind of a fleece material that just has, it's a long sleeve, kind of a thicker weight, mid-weight, and it has these little spots on it right here that are fleece, and it's a moisture wicking system. This is part of the military EQUIX system, extreme cold weather system. In that front little pouch right here on this cover, I have a Barnacle Laplander. I think it weighs 4 or 5 ounces. You just can't beat these little things. They'll last forever. iPro I've already covered. I moved it to the inside. This is a leather belt, and this has a couple different uses. So I can use this for stropping. So if I sharpen my knife, I can take this and you know, I can strop up and down to get that fine edge on it after you sharpen. Also, you can use this as a tourniquet if you have to. You can use this as a sling, or you can use it as a belt. So it's leather, it's strong. This actually was used to splint my leg in 2004. I've had this belt for a long time. If you look right here, there's a hole right here. And then here's the actual holes that came in. So I fell and broke my leg pretty bad. I had to have a titanium rod put in my leg. And I was way out, and I was out in the field a good ways. They really couldn't get a vehicle up to me. I fell off kind of the side of a cliff. And so they took off my belt. I was wearing this belt. They took off my belt. He had the guy that did it had a knife on him. He just punctured a hole in it and used this to secure my leg as a makeshift splint. So it has had practical real world use, and it does work. And so once they splinted my leg, they just did a buddy carry probably about a mile out to the road and called the ambulance and got me transported out. I went up going, that was in Oklahoma. I went up going down to San Antonio, Texas to have surgery. These are silk weights. Again, these are just the tops. I don't carry the bottoms with me. And this is just something I can throw on real quick if I need to. It's a layering system. You should always layer. That's how you stay warm. Again, back to layering. These are wet weather bottoms. And these are Issue. Again, with the Equix system, the extreme cold weather system. And this is, I'm not sure what the material is. It's Gore-Tex and something in, I don't know, it's Gore-Tex and it's lined with, I think, seal nylon, basically is what it is. So they're pretty lightweight. They work, they breathe, and I always carry them because it's been raining a lot here in Germany, and this is my first winter in Germany. We haven't been in cold weather. Most of the bad weather's in the United States right now. It's been very mild, but it has been raining a lot. And so I've learned I carry this everywhere I go. And this is just the tops. So this is the military Issue extreme cold weather system wet weather top. And it's just Gore-Tex and then seal nylon material, and it is breathable and it has zippers. I always carry those no matter where I'm at. The last thing in here, and this is not a military item, but it's lightweight, it weighs 1 pound, and this is the Msre Wing, and this is a shelter, basically a tarp shelter. And I can throw it up real quick. I've got everything I need in here at 1 pound. It's seal nylon. I forget the dimensions on it. You can Google it, the Msre Wing. I'll show you real quick here. There's the tag. And I noticed in my last video that when I came up to the camera real close and then pulled away too fast, it didn't have a chance to focus, so I held it there a little bit longer. But this thing here is lightweight, perfect shelter, combined with a lightweight bivy sack, sleeping bag, and an air mattress. This is all you need. I use this actually hiking, so it's replaced my, again, it's 1 pound, and it's replaced my Big Agnes UL1. I can't remember what that. It's my Big Agnes with tent, which only weighs 3 pounds. Actually, a little under 3 pounds. So, anyway, that completes it. I just wanted to wrap up this part 2 of the video, show you how my bag has evolved, and your bag will always evolve. It's always changing depending on what you're doing, where you're going, what your needs are. So, again, when you have a bag, it will change all the time, and you got to keep that in mind. You're never going to have one bag. People create these bug out bags and they throw them in their car. You have to make sure you go in there, you have to check expiration dates on medical supplies and anything else, and then depending on summer, winter, you might want to go in there and make it unique toward that time of the year. Yes, you can pack a 70-pound bag and have everything you need, and if it's in your car, it's not a big deal. If you have to use it to get home or to get to a bug out location or whatever that is. And I'm not really, this is an everyday carry, kind of a prepared bag. I don't really want to call it a bug out bag, because I don't see myself bugging out. I don't think the world is going to end anytime soon. It could, but this is a be prepared bag. If I get stranded on the side of the road, in the cold, make a wrong turn, car breaks down, anything can happen. You have to walk home because the elements recently happened in Atlanta. So I like to keep a little bit of what I need in here. And I would keep a little more food in here if I was traveling. You did see the cookies in there, but anyway, thank you for watching. Leave your comments. All comments are welcome as long as they have value. You don't always have to necessarily agree with my point of view, and I know that people are not going to agree with my point of view, and that's fine, but this is educational, and it will start conversation. That's what this is all about, learning and becoming more prepared. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.